A life coach is someone whose job involves helping people to improve their lives by doing challenging or worthwhile things. They counsel and encourage clients through personal or career challenges. Also, they guide their clients to reach their ultimate goals. A life coach can help individuals in different areas of their life. But because each human being is different, so will their goals. I, Shaurya, on behalf of the Ladder Podcast channel, welcome you all to this episode in series of interviews. Today's panelist is an ex-air traffic control officer with proven record of 17 years of contribution in ever-changing dynamics of combat-ready naval aviation. Lieutenant Commander Sadhana Giri is a Navy veteran, avid skydiver, beauty pageant, Tedx speaker, entrepreneur, and presently freelancing as life coach and mentor. Most importantly, she has pursued her MBA in HR. She has also acquired certifications in various streams from LinkedIn. The list of her admirations is endless. So without wasting much of our time, let's welcome today's guest. An honor and privilege to interview a veteran and versatile experienced lady officer like you, ma'am.
Thank you, Shaurya. Thank you for inviting me. It's such an honor to be here on your show. Thank you.
Ma'am, please share your educational background, ma'am.
All right. So I'm a science background student. I had pursued my BSc Electronics and later on MSc Electronics from Mumbai University. And also, prior to joining Indian Navy, I had completed 1-year diploma of software engineering.
How Navy has molded your profile for the corporate job?
Navy has made me a person who can withstand anything, who can take risk, who has the ability to take risk. And I think that's the biggest strength of an entrepreneur. The possibilities of you growing are immense if you take risk and you just fits everything, fits in its proper place, and so you can grow. And if you don't, then you know that you've learned your lessons and you can move forward after you learn from those mistakes, after you can better yourself from those mistakes. And I think that's the biggest lesson I have as an ex-service personnel and as an ex-Indian Navy officer.
Please tell us how well and advanced you had planned about your transition from the armed forces.
So to tell you frankly, Shaurya, I had not at all planned my transition. But certainly one thing was consistent with me, and that was learning. So while I was in the services itself, during my maternity leave, I underwent this law and management course from Nalsa Law University, and it was in aviation management. I had enrolled myself in part-time program from Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management, which is a part-time MBA. Learning always excites me. It stimulates me, and I always want to learn. And I was learning a lot. Also, as an ATC officer, every year you go through your examinations for your categorization. Like you have to be current on your subject, on all the knowledge that you have about the thing which you are doing on job. I had started taking personal growth, self-development sessions, personality improvement sessions there for young adults and adults in a language center over there in this country where we were staying for some time now with my family, with my children, young children. Both my children were small. So I had started it there. Sometimes I used to go, sometimes I used to do it through Skype. So and then I came back. I registered it. I formalized it. I kind of started doing it for various companies. They started calling me. Initially, it was all word of mouth, and then I formalized it, and then it became a natural thing. Like I became a coach and a mentor and a trainer. It was a natural transition. ऐसा लग रहा था ऐसे कुछ, there was no effort, major effort that was required. So that is how I did.
Please tell us about your experience of as a founder of Infinite Ripples, ma'am.
Yeah, so I came back from that country, and I wanted to be known as a formal agency. Okay, and that is why I registered my company, a proprietorship company, through which I wanted to conduct, and I still conduct all the coaching, mentoring, and training sessions. Simultaneously acquired training, master trainer, and lead assessor certifications from National Skills Development Council. Yeah, and um, and 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 I started doing it because then there is a requirement of invoicing and other things. If you go and conduct your sessions in some company, then you need to have formal setup. So that's how I did it, and I started doing it. And when I started doing it, there were several people who joined me. Several of my uh, fellow coaches and mentors. Also, some young people wanted to intern, so they came. They started doing some content, and also certain things like they just wanted to learn the tricks of the trade, and they were here for content creation, and they were here for other aspects of learning how the business goes. So I did it in the year to 2020, in fact, Feb, just before the pandemic. And when the pandemic started in March, I was thinking that, okay, my life is over as a coach. There's nothing now. And in 3-4 months, I saw that things started changing, and I started taking sessions in India, other places, Europe, and everywhere else in the Western world. The online coaching, online mentoring, online this courses were very much in. However, in India, people were not very accepting of the fact that online education, online learning can become a mainstream, or an option, a great option, wherein you have lots of advantages of doing that, of saving your time, of saving your money, of saving your effort, and learning from the comfort of your house. And just when I was thinking that it's over, it in fact was getting even better for me. Lots of online courses were hosted, uh, sessions were hosted. Lots of people invited me to give their sessions. Lots of companies invited me online to conduct training. So that's how it got better and better. Then I got invited for Tedx and so on and so forth. Things started getting better because now I was there in the social media portal, and people started noticing. People started acknowledging my presence as a coach and mentor, as a trainer, and it felt great. And it is only getting better.
And how was your part-time experience in Speaking and Strong Human Network?
So, Speaking and Strong Human Network, again, they are into skilling and self improvement business, self development business. And myself, who's passionate about these things, about self growth, self improvement, was naturally kind of a collaboration happened, and that's how I am with them. With the speaking, they had hosted one. They used to host some speaking competition, and in one of their speaking competitions, I won. I was the first, like I came first in that speaking competition, and that's how they absorbed me as one of their expert speakers. So that was it. And then PSI, Professional Speakers Association, again, I was associated for 1 year there. They had conducted some summit. And in that summit, there was a storytelling competition. So I told my story, and again, I was first in it, and it was a great feeling. So I was seeing that, yes, I do have abilities. I do have what it takes to impact lives. If my stories were impacting people, and I think just by sharing my journey, a lot of lives, a lot of women have been inspired, a lot of lives have changed, a lot of norms have been broken, especially especially for women, young women from rural background and small town background, with that with that old mindset that girls should be protected. You should not be, they should not venture out. Uh, that armed forces career is not for them, or working is not for women. They can just stay home, produce children, and look after their family. So all the norms have been broken, and that really impacts a lot of lives. So that's how my association with the speaking and strong human network has been. So they call me for sessions. I get associated for coaching and mentoring in strong human network.
And what does a coach has a role and multiple avenues available if somebody wants to perform?
The avenues, like I will say, especially for women, they have this natural compassion and kindness in them, gifted by Almighty, by the universe. And I think coaching is one where it gives you ample avenue to act from that source of compassion, of kindness, of love and affection and care. And So there are multiple coaching institutes, okay, that used to exist offline. Now they are all online also. So while people can go and choose offline things, those who like, there are also online for those who want online. So all those people who are into personality development or public speaking courses, communication skills courses, or while, like when I go to corporate offices, it's like team management or conflict management or stress management for that matter. All these things, those who are naturally inclined, you have a host of avenues available for you, apart from being your own name, your own person who's a single agency, who can become a single agency. Like many people, many motivational speakers, you have this power, you have this choice, which is a very, very awesome thing, incredible thing, I will say, that you have this choice to be that single agency who can impact many lives, many lives. So that's the thing. You get noticed, and let me tell you, this is the best time for anyone, housewives or anyone who has even one small skill in, for example, letter writing, in, for example, expertise in, for example, handwriting. If your handwriting is good, or for example, you make good mehndi. For example, those women who are homebound, and those who have even the smallest of skills, there is a requirement everywhere. You can just sit and coach, okay? You can just sit home and coach if your situation so compels you, okay? You don't have to, just because you have young kids or you have old parents, you don't have to just give up everything. You can spend 3 hours, 4 hours, coach people, and that's it. That's all coaching demands from you. 3 to 4 hours of active work, and that's it. You have the rest of the day for yourself and for your family. And it's a great way to impact lives. That's what.
Are there any institution who provide these certified degrees or the basic certification in this coach business?
There are several bodies which provide these certifications. For example, there is International Coach Federation, who have been in the business from a very long time, and that is why um, they come out to be a very authentic coaching body, professional body. However, now the requirement, because there is so much of requirement, there are a host of institutes which provide you coaching, life coaching certifications. I have done my life coaching certifications from American Union of NLP, from Steve Jones. I have and apart from doing my Speak and Inspire, which was also a very transformational course, which was offered to me by Lisa Nichols herself, which I did it from Mind Valley, is also involved in personal development, self growth, personality aspects. So there are a host of other bodies. India also has now a lot of them So you choose which one do you want. So then whatever was my research, based on that I went through these courses. Also, I've not only that, I've gone through CPD, which is offered through UK, CPD certifications for coaching. So I have gone, in fact, 3 certifications for the life coach, just to learn it thoroughly, the modalities, the steps, the method, and to offer it to my clients. And yeah, so that's the thing which I have done. Apart from that, I wanted that whatever training I'm imparting again should be, you should have a certificate. You should know what are the modalities. You should know how things go. Even though you can be a great coach without the certification, you can be a great trainer without the formal training, but still you need to have certification. So I went through my master trainer certification as well as lead assessor certification from National Skills Development Council. So these were the bodies which I have acquired my certifications, based on which I am conducting my coaching sessions, my mentoring sessions. That apart, I have undergone number of courses through LinkedIn, through Udemy, through Coursera, number of courses, just to be the best in what I am doing. Okay. So in training and coaching, to be the best, to acquire all the knowledge that I should have. And in fact, I still learn, I keep on learning. So the more you learn, the better. Any person who's a coach and trainer will not do better if they are not naturally inclined to learn, to read every day. Because unless and until you are updated with the latest in the field, with the latest, when I say the latest research, and when unless and until you update yourself with the knowledge that is there, the knowledge is like it just evaporates. You read once and then it just evaporates for in a week or 2 week or a month or so. So you need to keep yourself current, and this I've learned from my this ability and this practice. I have it. I acquired it from my ATC background, which I have from the Indian Navy. So that is how I keep myself current, because I know that I have to be current. If I have to really add value to my clients' life, then I have to be current. So for me, 12 years of experience in the armed forces was huge. It was not that every day I was doing that mundane job, 9 to 5, जाके अपना काम करके आ जाओ और that's it, फिर घर संभालो. It was not that. And फिर से सुबह उठो और बोर होके फिर से जाओ. No, every day for me was a new challenge as an air traffic control officer, new challenge as a naval officer, for that matter, new challenge as a mother and naval officer, and as a spouse of armed forces officer. So I had tremendous amount of challenges which I have faced, which I think even if you spend 30 years outside in the civil world, you will not get that experience.
How was your global TEDx speaker experience, ma'am?
Yeah, so TEDx is a global platform. Yeah. And you get noticed when people notice you, they call you for their TEDx, and that is how it happened. And I spoke about how I changed, how I broke those norms and patterns which were existing in the society, my community. I broke them, and I became the person of my dreams. Like I wanted to be an armed forces officer, and I became one, despite all the norms, limiting beliefs that were existing then in my surroundings.
It was based on your leadership coach that you were selected for the TEDx talks?
Leadership course? No, not at all. It was based on how I was performing as a coach. How I was the kind of presence I had online. Okay. The kind of lives I was impacting. So see, you meet, when you are a coach, you meet so many people. You're conducting a group session, and there are so many people in it. You never know who's who, and that is how you impact. That is how you create your influence. And then you get called if they see that you are a person of worth, you have some content, you have some story which will be impactful to the world, you have some idea, then definitely you will be called.
Please tell us about your Star India Superwoman award.
So it is one of the awards. I mean, I was contacted that we are selecting you as the awardee, and that's it. They invite the application, and then they choose of those applications. They choose the worthy people for the award, and it was created by. It was, I think, the award function was created by FSAI. These people are from Jaipur, and yeah, that's how.
As we can see in your profile, you have acquired a lot of certifications from the LinkedIn. Please tell us about the importance and relevance of those certifications.
So all the courses on LinkedIn, actually, they help you a great deal in updating you with the current knowledge of your field. So if you will see, I have done a lot of courses on HR, on those related to my field, like a lot of courses on psychology, a lot of courses on emotional well-being, emotional health, a lot of courses on HR analytics and all those aspects. So if I have to go and impact a corporate office, then I need to know all these things, so that is how courses on LinkedIn have helped me. So if you are zero down your interest to say 2 to 3 things, or say for example 2 things, and try and acquire, and they should be not very contradictory things. That's what I feel. And you should try and acquire as much knowledge in that particular job role that you see yourself in future. As much as you can, you have to acquire the knowledge that is there in that new field, or that through your knowledge gathering from people in the field, the best ones in the field. If they tell you, okay, this is the job that we actually do, and these are the things that will actually be helpful if you do, these certifications will help you in future, then you must go ahead and do those certifications. And they are not very taxing. They are not very taxing. And when you learn, see, in the schools we were forced to learn, we were forced to give exams. But in this life, after we cross this stage, we come this far, we are married, we have children, we know that we have to um, learn it genuinely, sincerely. And if you don't learn genuinely, sincerely, just for the sake of certification, if you learn, you will really not be of any help to the organization.
Please tell us about some important key lessons that you have acquired from naval experience, which you felt they were very helpful in your current role.
The key lessons that I have acquired from my service in the Indian Armed Forces, Indian Navy, is that again, and this will help you everywhere. Number one is become a person, someone who seeks feedback, and purely to improve, not to diminish yourself, but to improve and become better the next day. Be your biggest supporter. And if you want to support yourself, support your growth, then seek feedback. And you yourself can self-analyze. Very often you have to just sit and think how you can impact, how you can do this job better. So in the as an air traffic control officer, the situation which I would have managed would be completely different from the situation anybody else, the air situation, or all the situations that we go through, anybody else will manage, like any other ATC officer, because we all have different food, this what do we say, we have different prints, like the prints and thumb, the fingerprints and all that. They're so unique. So we think uniquely, and we are unique people with unique ideas, unique outlook towards life, unique talent. And so constantly self-reflect and try to improve yourself. Be resilient. No failure is final. Okay, no failure is final. Just learn your lessons from the failures and continue moving forward. One day you will succeed. Then is being able to take critical decisions without much of confusion. Maybe don't think whether the decision will be perfect or not. you have to, with all the knowledge, information, and intuition and judgment you have, just go ahead and take a decision. And probably after you take a decision, um, it may or may not prove to be right, but try and make it right. Try and make it right. Try and work it out. Don't give up. Don't give up. Choose your path. Plan A and plan B. You always have plan A and plan B. Like you should have, you should always have a backup plan. So I know, even now I'm married to an armed forces officer, serving officer. I know because of it I have several limitations, which if I was outside, things things would be, for me, things would be much, much, much better. But then, whatever is the situation right now, I have to make it work. I have to make the best for me and the best for the people who are there. It has to be like win-win for everyone around me, not only for me, but for my children, for my husband, for my other people who are there in my close circle, and for the people who I impact. So it has to be win-win. So I create my win-win every day. I try to create that win-win. Yeah. I try to improve. I try to take people's feedback. This is what it is. I will say that have your plans, and speak to a lot of people, connect with a lot of people, network with people. The more today your net worth is your network. Okay, the more you contact with people, the more you speak with them, the more you grasp from their experience, the better you will become, and it will equip you to face the challenges ahead. Okay. um, you never know. It's not just your hard work. I will say it's not just your hard work, but also many a times it's the network which will help you. Your network will help you get the right opportunity. So try and network, try and connect with people. So if I'm in learning and development space, I must call for learning and development space in a month or two and speak to them, share their experiences, and share mine, and interact and learn from them, and things like that. So have your plans and just um, create your network in the field, in that particular field, and learn as much as you can. That would be my advice for all the transitioning officer. Life is never easy, and so initially it will appear to be a bit challenging, but then once you're there, that's it. There is no looking back. That's it. It becomes your second nature to go through life's challenges and still come out winning, and still moving uh, up and ahead. So that's the thing.
And what do you miss most from your uniform life?
The most I miss from the uniform life is the uniform itself. Uniform, yeah, that's what I miss. The rest, the kind of person I am, the discipline part is still remaining, and the other aspects of my personality still exist. So they say that you can leave the Navy, but Navy inside of you will not leave you. So I still am so connected passionately to the Indian Navy or Indian Armed Forces, and because I was always a person who was patriotic, deeply patriotic, a nationalist. I always feel for the armed forces. I always feel for the country, and so it would have been great if I was in the Navy, still continuing. However, I have no regrets, because whether you are inside or outside, whether you're actively involved or you are indirectly involved, through so many ways you can protect your country. In so many ways you can impact and improve the quality of lives of your people, help your country grow. um, so there is no regret. However, certainly I miss the uniform.
Any last word of advice you would like to quote for the transitioning officers, ma'am?
My word for the transitioning officer is, don't see what XYZ is doing. Just have your own, just with your hands on heart, just ask yourself, what is that you like? Your experiences in the armed forces. We do a lot of things in the armed forces. We do operational management. We do HR management. We do so many things. We do so many things. Okay. So what is that you would like to you would like to pick up as one or two things, and just move forward. Don't see other people's path and follow that. Have your own path charted for your own self, based on your personality, based on your own interest, based on your core values, based on your purpose that you have chosen for yourself. So just follow your heart. That's what I will say. And keep a balance of head and heart, of course. That's it.
Thank you so much for your valuable time, ma'am. And I'm sure your all the insights about the coach business as well as your personal experience will be a guiding lines for all the officers under transition. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Shaurya. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak my heart. Thank you.